One of my favorite characters, top top favorite characters in the Hunter x Hunter world, ladies and gentlemen, and Hunter x Hunter fans globally, Killua, and his one of his dope techniques, Rythem Echo. What is good, YouTube? This is Vortex. I'm back with another Hunter x Hunter discussion video. As always, guys, these videos will be roughly every weekend, roughly two discussion videos per each weekend between Friday and Sunday, depending on my schedule and the time that I have to be able to bring you all these topics so that we can have a conversation. And as always, I'll try to make sure that I keep these as short as possible, roughly 10 minutes and under. But anyway, guys, we're jumping right into it. Rythem Echo. Like I said, guys, one of my favorite techniques that Killua uses, literally, specifically, I believe, if I can remember, this was his first standout as far as his character is concerned. Like when he just showed out here in episode 7, when he first decided to present us, the viewers, and Gon and Netero in the game that they were playing on the airship in episode 7, where Killua tried to use the Rythem Echo against Netero in that game they were playing. So it shows up here and here in episode 24, when they did a flashback of Killua in his, probably roughly, I'd give it about maybe 4 to 5 years younger, because basically, he basically is 12 years old, probably a little older, maybe a year older in the arc that we're in with the Chimera ants, but give him about 5, maybe 6 years younger. Here, when he was having a conversation with Canary, and he just wanted to kind of show off, basically. In a sense, he wanted to show off to Canary that he could do something, very cool. But he does it here again in episode 24, and here in episode 73, in the Greed Island arc, where he's fighting Genthru's partner, as far as like the bombers are concerned, Sub, aka Sabu, basically, in his Sabu being his actual name in Japanese. So Killua did do the rhythm step a few times, and this technique is used by practitioners as a certain rhythm to create after images. Per Netero's explanation in his head, he was thinking about it, but pretty much the anime was just giving us a breakdown, a very small breakdown of the actual technique. When we first see the technique, us the viewers, those of us who are fans of the of the Hunter x Hunter show, it definitely added that shock value. We were just like, yo, this is dope. Like Killua, he just, you're like, wow, like, oh man, like literally how Gon is. You're just sitting back like, man, like this is like really dope. This is it definitely has that Dragon Ball Z feel to it. And even like Naruto feel to it, but it in all fairness, it basically has its own it's basically it has its own standing as far as its own technique. But it did its job as far as us the viewer. We seen it happen and we're just like, whoa, Killua can do this technique and do it very well. And with this technique, it pretty much shows that it can be something that is useful. Now again, Gon not knowing who Netero truly was, how powerful he was, even in his his seasoned years as a veteran hunter. Killua decided to do something that he more than more so mastered, but felt he pretty much kind of felt cocky that he could do it. He could do something that stood out, and hopefully in hopes of trying to get this win against Netero in this game. But when it comes to uh, actual fighting and stuff, it just depends. It really technically depends on Killua's mindset, because for the most part, Killua he would walk into most battles, for the most part, cocky and expecting to beat most of his opponents. But as we gradually went through and got pushed more further into the show, he was learning that that wasn't the case, and he was fighting much powerful, even quicker, uh, reactive enemies that more than likely probably ran into something like this, or were more experienced to be able to actually still follow his movements. Um, so, with that, Killua, with this technique that, technically I believe his entire family could do, because, Netero even mentions that this technique is an assassin's technique, which, of course, the Zodiac family, Killua's family, are professional assassins. So, I sat back and I questioned, like, why haven't we seen this technique used more as we got, move further and further into the show? Well, of course, there are reasons why he didn't use this technique as much, moving forward past episode 73, because he started to, find out other areas of his fighting style to be more important than just you know using the rhythm echo, because basically guys, he already mastered this technique. He just had to switch to something else, specifically using the lightning, which he up to this point where we're at in the Chimera arc, the Chimera Ant arc, he's still pushing to even master that ability. So you know he I do think too, guys, that he more so is being more wiser and not using this, because he probably notices that this technique is not something that he will want to continuously use over and over again, but more so for special occasions, because he definitely gained a good advantage against Sabu in the Greed Island arc, but he didn't get anything from this from using it here against Netero. And so there was just no I think that like I said, guys, with Netero being a seasoned fighter compared to Sabu, who probably more so was not as seasoned in his fighting style, that Killua was able to do what he needed to do, and getting at least a small advantage over Sabu in his fight against him. So, like I said, guys, I kind of questioned, why he wasn't using it more, but I understood. Within the split second that I thought that, I also, in that same, the next second, I thought, well, the more than likely the fighters that he fought later on kind of were up to par as far as defending themselves against such a technique that is rhythm echo. So with that, guys, enough of my rambling. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you all think of rhythm echo when you first saw it? Do you believe that he would use it again, even more so? Would you, if you were him, would you have used it often, in the midst of you mastering this technique? If you were you were raised up in the Zoldyck family and were taught this technique? Let's have a chat, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will chat with you all on the next video of more Hunter x Hunter discussions. Peace, guys.